Hello, and welcome to the Los Angeles Tribune special series, leadership series. And I'm super excited about my next person here, Sheree. Sheree is going to share her product and service. You got the floor, Sheree.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Lynn. I appreciate being here. My name is Sheree Alison-Casey. I am a resilience coach, an author, a podcast host, and a speaker. I became a coach to help women. I help women overcome disappointment so that they can have a breakthrough and get past the things that have hurt them and move forward with their life. And in the process, I wrote a book called Happily Ever After Doesn't Happen, picking up the pieces of your life after disappointment, which helps. I offer coaching individually. I offer a group coaching program as well as an 8-week course that goes with the book.
That is awesome. So this sounds, girl, you've been busy. You do what? Podcast and you coach and you also are an author?
Yes, during the pandemic,
So what inspired you to become a coach, and what can you share about your book and your course that you feel you are different than anyone else? Would you like to share a little bit about that?
Absolutely. What inspired me was, I haven't had the perfect life. Nobody I know has had the perfect life. And there is no happily ever after, so women tend to get into relationships or have a lot of disappointments that they don't express. So being a coach, I want women to know that they can go on and that there's life after the not so happily ever after. There's life. You can do more with your life. You don't have to stay caught up in the myth. Because see, there's a myth. I'm almost 60 years old, and there is a myth that if we married the right guy, if we drove the right car, if we did all of these things, that we would have a perfect and happy life. Not so. Because there are things in life that will not happen. I had a teenage daughter that I lost. She died at the age of 18 from cancer. I'll never see her marry someone. Those are things I'll never see. That man may never love you. He may never love you, even though he promised to at the altar. So those are the things that women don't deal with. And I thought about that, and I said, I need to help people get through this. Because I made it through 2 failed marriages and the death of my child and many other disappointments in life. So I wrote the book When Happily Ever After Doesn't Happen. And I said, what was it that got me through these situations in life? And the product and the courses offer solutions and strategies to get you to the next level and on with your life. Because so many people don't identify, they just go on to the next thing without even experiencing the pain.
So what coaching with you, is that a one-on-one? Do you have a community? How do you conduct your coaching?
I have one-on-one clients as well as group coaching. And I also have a course that goes with the book that's going to be launching real soon for Happily Ever After, for When Happily Ever After Doesn't Happen. And it's an 8-week course. And we go through everything from the myth of, the myth. We deal with the myth. We identify what your myth is. What were you told? Life was so romanticized back in the day as well. So that's what we offer.
And so what about your podcasts? What are your podcasts? Do you have people that... Go ahead.
The name of my podcast is called Expanding Your Power. And it's geared towards women who are, who are doing things. Women like yourself, Lynn. That's a hint. I need you as a guest. We are, you are expanding your power. You're doing things. You're making it happen. And it didn't happen yesterday. It took time, and explaining the processes, what it took to be successful. And some of these women can also have services and books that they can offer as a help to women.
That sounds exciting. So what inspired you to do all this, if you don't mind sharing? And again, sorry, the loss of your daughter. So.
Yes. Well, as I said, I got married at the age of 23, and like any young girl, I thought, hey, this is it. This is the person who I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Growing up as a teenager, I struggled with depression and anxiety that I never identified and told anybody about. So I glossed over heartbreak for years and didn't share it with anyone. So when I got to the point where, when I turned in my 50s, I was like, this has to be done with. So I let it go and I moved on. And the breakup of my second marriage, I was like, this is it. I'm going to live. And not only that, but I'm going to help other women. And I meet so many people. And my vocation, I've been in social services for years, for professional vocation. And I've worked with groups of people, and it's always the same. People are broken and they don't know why. So that's the reason why, I do what I do, because I want women to win. I want people to win.
Well, I love the passion that you have for your cause. And so can you share any testimonies of some of the people that you've helped?
Yes. People
without giving any names.
Sure. One person who read my book thoroughly, she's going to be in the next class that's coming up. She told me about the time when she was sexually assaulted that she never told anyone. And she said it wasn't until she read that book that she was able, that it like knocked her out. It can't, that she never told anyone, what had happened that day when she was assaulted. And she was like a teenager. And another person told me, they were able to examine their life and really, really look at those myths that, that we're told, everything's supposed to be perfect, fairy tale. So those are a few of the testimonies. I love encouraging people, because I believe that that's my true calling, to encourage others and help them make it to the next level. And I'm really passionate about that.
I love it. So how can people get a hold of you? And I think if they haven't noticed yet, right underneath your name, they can DM you, which is instant message you at Speak Life 562.
Yes, at Speak Life 562 on Instagram. I'm also at Speak Life 562 on Facebook as well. So they can reach me there. I do have an email. It's innovative coaching LLC at gmail.com. You can also email me there. And I'm available for speaking engagements. If you want to purchase a book, just email or DM me, and I'll be glad to take care of that for you.
And did you tell me you had a little surprise for our audience?
Yes, I do. So the first 3 people that DM me will get an autographed copy of my book, When Happily Ever After Doesn't Happen, Picking Up the Pieces of Life's Disappointments.
I love that. I love that. Is there anything else you want to share to wrap it up?
Also, if you would like to have a discovery call and work with me, I'd be glad to. Don't hold on to the disappointments in your life. Let them go so you can move on and so that you can help someone else, because that's why we're here. We're here in this life to help other people. We're not here just for ourselves to wallow in pity and sorrow. That's not what we were made for. We were made to help each other.
I totally agree. Sheree, it was definitely a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your message of hope and coaching. Again, Instagram, DM her at SpeakLife562, and we appreciate you watching. Bye, Sheree.
Bye. Thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome. Beautiful.